Well, what do we have here? 1974 Chevrolet Chevelle. And some people aren't a fan of this generation of the Chevelles, but I am. I think they look fantastic, and I guess you could say that beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. I mean, just look at my ex-girlfriend. And if you've really been paying attention, you might notice that 454 badge, because yes, this car has a 454 big block V8. And with that, I'm sure a few of you are thinking,
the 454 wasn't available with the Malibu. That was reserved only for the Laguna S3. Ugh.
Shut up, bitch!
Like most things in the muscle car era, if you knew the right people, yes, you could get a 454 in the Malibu. You just had to find a dealership that would let you order it with the police package. And with that glorious big old package, you got not only that 454 with a quadrajet 4-barrel and an aluminum intake manifold, but it had a list of other goodies. For instance, the Turbo 400 3-speed automatic, well, it also had a performance valve body. The 10-bolt rear came from the factory then with 342 gears and posi. And sure, the police package even came with rally wheels. They would have been a Corvette-style rally wheel, but this is close enough. Not to mention heavy-duty suspension, skid plates, and larger sway bars. But let's get back to that 454. The compression ratio was 8.5 to 1. Which, what are you gonna do? It was 1974. I mean, this is the year that Barbra Streisand's The Way We Were was topping the charts.
Like the corners of my...
Oh, we must cleanse our souls of this garbage. What good classic rock came out in 74? Oh yeah. It still made 235 net horsepower and 360 pound-feet of net torque. And take a look at when that peak torque kicks in, 2,800 RPM. I mean, you just barely hit the gas and you could get your s'mores ready. Those tires will be like... kind of like my bed when I'm home alone and an episode of Golden Girls comes on. Give me that Blanche. Now, weight is definitely a problem for this generation of Chevelle. This car with the driver sitting in it weighed in at 4,490 pounds. Even though you don't really see many of these cars anymore, the Chevelle was quite popular that year. They sold over 265,000, but the 454 equipped versions were rare. There were only 2,500 of those, but this car's opponent is even more rare than that, so let's check it out. You're looking at a car that is only one of 913, that being a 1969 Oldsmobile Cutlass. You're probably thinking,
Cutlasses aren't rare.
They are dumb when they have the W-31 package. And what do you get with that W machine package? Well, it started with a 350 V8, and that might not sound like much, but hang in there. It had a specially tuned quadrajet carburetor, a Winters aluminum intake manifold, air induction, dual exhaust, special cylinder heads with valves from the 455, and a huge harmonic balancer for smooth high revving. Now here's what I find to be the most interesting part. It had a 308 cam. And in this configuration, that cam was so aggressive, you couldn't even get power brakes on this car. The engine didn't produce enough vacuum. So manual brakes it is. I hope you didn't skip leg day. Don't worry, the machine was not harmed in the making of this video. And welcome to another episode of Top and Bottom Comments. The top comment from the last video comes from Charles Dalton 985, who said, "Glad to see you back. I was really getting worried. This was a bit of a grudge match as my son owns a 442 and this worn out old boomer has a vet. Fun to watch. Thank you as always, Chuck." Sorry for the absence, Chuck. I was actually out getting some milk. The bottom comment comes from Carl's Racing 8422. It states, "My 74 Duster 2-barrel 318 Duster embarrassed a 74 Corvette. What absolute turds."
You know, in my day, I had a factory Hemi-powered AMC Pacer. It was the fastest car in the tri-state area.
If you want to be featured in a future top and bottom comments, then make sure you leave a comment. That's kind of how it works, dummy. And that 350 had a compression ratio of 10.5 to 1, and it was making an impressive 325 gross horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque. Inside, this one gets even better with the 4-speed manual, and then out back is a set of stock 342 rear gears. And even though this isn't a huge car, it is still an Oldsmobile and therefore somewhat heavy. With driver, it was 3,870 pounds. Car Life tested one of these W-31s back in the day, and with a set of 391 rear gears and an auto transmission, it ran the quarter mile in 14.9 at 96 miles per hour. Let's see what we get today.
My apologies. So up next we got 69 Cutlass S W-31.
And in the first round, the Chevelle had an early lead, but the Olds was able to reel him in and take home the win, running 14.46 seconds at 95.81 miles per hour. Meanwhile, in the other lane, that Chevelle ran a very respectable 14.66 seconds at 93.63 miles per hour. Let's see what happens in round 2.
We'll see. He'll tell me. 69 Cutlass S with a W-31 package, so it's got the scoops underneath the front bumper. Close one, folks, but the Oldsmobile went with a 1431 at 97 miles per hour. The Chevelle.
In the second round, both cars ran quicker, but it was once again the Oldsmobile taking home the win, running a 14:31 at 97.22 miles per hour. The Chevelle ran 14.59 seconds at 94.13 miles per hour. And with that, the Oldsmobile takes home the best of 3 title, but they decided to run a third round anyway, so let's check it out.
Left lane, W-31, Cutlass S, 1969. He wins by default. Congratulations. Red lane car. 1493 at 93 miles per hour.
In the third round, the Chevelle got a red light, and it looked like they had some issues off the line, so same result. It was the Oldsmobile that takes home the win. Huge thanks to the owners for bringing out these cars. They're absolutely awesome. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Come on, you guys.